Good morning. So today is, well, as you can see from the title, how dressing like a cow can take you to your desired life. So why am I sitting here in a cow outfit with my cow hat on and even my cow udders? Yes, my cow udders. And so I thought, what better way to get the point across than to make use of a cow outfit, right? So it really is, dressing like a cow, dressing up, it's being playful is what the point of this whole morning is to really find your play, find your pleasure, find your joy, and to let it out. Even if it embarrasses you, even if it makes you laugh. And I've been talking about the things that make you giggle, and it really is make you I'm tearing up, not really. Um, that make you giggle that you cannot help but just let's if it gets that little inner chuckle going, and sometimes you might just laugh without control. It's not the ha ha ha, life is so funny, but really just allowing you to express yourself. And actually, I'm only going to run on one quote that I want to share, and it's from Abraham Hicks, and it's life is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to feel good. Actually, there's only two quotes. There's only two quotes because Kevin Trudeau has a quote out that goes something like, "If people only knew how good they were supposed to feel, they'd be doing everything to feel that good all the time." So the gist of this is, and I use these quotes in my sex and relationship teaching a lot because we have been shut down physically and sexually to even feel good there, and to keep it mechanic and to keep it controlled, and make sure that you're not, and we look at everything there as well as, well, how am I going to look, and how is my partner going to look, and what are they going to think, and what is this person going to think, blah, blah, blah. And we do this all the time in every single area of our life. We're always holding back, holding back, holding back. And every time we hold back from being our authentic self, from being our goofy self, from being just who we are, and letting it out, then we're actually holding back from life, and we're holding back from saying yes to our desires, yes to our goals, yes to who we are, to who God, the universe, knows that we become. And we are the sticking point when we do this. Joy, pleasure, happiness, play all bring with it more joy, happiness, pleasure, and play. So if you want a life that feels like you're playing all the time and not working all the time, oh my goodness, there's a zombie in the kitchen. There, then what you have to really focus in on is allowing yourself to have those moments of feel good, and actually just leaning into the things that may make you go, oh my goodness, I can't do that. I can't act like that. I can't look like that. I have to, anytime you're saying, I need to dress this way, act this way, be this way, show up this way, and it's I should do this, then you're not really acting from the divine self, from your core, from your authentic being, which means that you're acting out of integrity. So if you think that you're an integrity-based person, but you're acting according to the shoulds, then you're not acting in integrity. You are acting according to what you're letting the outside world, society, control who you are. Anytime you have to ask somebody else, their opinion. I mean, yes, opinions are great. Don't get me wrong. Opinions are great, and we do need people's opinions to help us kind of get a guiding light. But if you find yourself consistently saying, I'll use the woman who always is asking her husband, do I look fat in this? Okay. Do I look fat in this? Do I look fat in this? At some point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And here's the truth. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about any part of our life or about how we are acting or what we are doing. It does not matter what anybody else thinks or feels about it. The only thing that matters is how we think and feel about it. Granted, I'm not saying this is a permission slip to go out and be an asshole or a horrible person, but ultimately, when it comes down to everything, we are the responsible party for our actions, and we have to make a decision as to how we want to act every single moment, not for the outside, but for the inside. Coming back in, does it make you feel good? Does it bring joy into your life? Does it bring happiness into your life? There's plenty of grumpy people out there who are grumpy and they love being grumpy. They just love it. It is like that is the thing that brings them so much joy, to just be a grumpy old ass. Fine. If that's why you're being grumpy, then that's why you're being then fine. I mean, who's to say? There you go. But if underneath your action, whether it is a smile on your face or a frown on your face, if there is sadness, depression, concern about, oh, I don't know if I should be doing this, am I acting in accordance with how I should be, what is expected of me? Am I looking the way I need to? Am I doing what I need to? If you're always getting permission from some other source other than yourself, then you are being a block to your dreams, a block to your path, block to, really succeeding and having everything that you want, because you're never going to get what you want if you're basing everything that you want on the outside world. On somebody else's opinion, on somebody else's thoughts, on somebody else's feelings, and you get it, it's all outside. So I guess this could be like a responsibility, don't be a victim moment talk too here. But when we embrace ourselves, that means that we're embracing every part of us. And today, we're focusing in on embracing the goofy part of you, the goofiest part. Letting out the joy, letting out the play, letting out, those things. Basically, excuse me, I need to take coffee. Letting the things that may appear as though they would embarrass you, because if you showed up that way, you may be perceived not professional, not serious, not legit, like you don't care, all these different things. Why are you so happy when all the shit is going down around you? Well, there's got to be something wrong with you. Showing up in ways or being just lighthearted and being able to laugh at yourself. And one of the best things when we talk about, I've brought up the ego a few times. I refer to like Satan and the monster and those things. Those are the things that bring up doubt, the ego that brings up doubt and worry and concern and feeds us fear. One of the best ways to really put it in its place is about saying overcome, because it goes with us till the day that we die. But to put the ego in its place is actually to get used to what would be embarrassing yourself. And embarrassing yourself doesn't mean that you have to run around the grocery store in this cow outfit. Although that wouldn't even embarrass me anymore. It would have 10 years ago. I would have been horrified. But when you just are sometimes yourself and you make no excuse for just being you, for being goofy, and you actually let yourself off the hook for being human. You have to let yourself off the hook for being human and for making mistakes and for not always getting it right. Maybe you're running late, and maybe you're You didn't see something right, or maybe you messed up on this or you messed up on that, or you just were forgetful. All these things we tend to beat ourselves up on for being human. We might even, after that, we're on day 19 here of conscious coffee. And I know that there's a lot of people that have just kind of fallen off that, that aren't popping in saying, hey, I'm really working on that goal that I started 2 weeks ago. So something happened in your life. So here's the thing, that's fine. We're all human. Shit happens. Life happens. It's time to forgive yourself for being human. It's time to really be softer and more loving with yourself, which means that you allow yourself to feel like, okay, yes, I wasn't completely in the flow all day long. I had doubtful thoughts. I had fearful thoughts. I was caught in worry. I was caught in depression. And I'm not through it. And as soon as you just forgive yourself for being human and allow yourself to experience joy and to experience pleasure, don't say no to the joy and the pleasure and yes to the I'm going to beat myself up. Because every single time you do that, that is definitely the pathway to walking in the other direction from your dreams and your goals. And the quicker you can just say, it's okay to be human. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be a goofy human, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Oh, you know what? I just really feel like this is what I need right now. I need to just go and whatever, okay? Maybe you just need to go take a walk. Maybe you just need to go and play a video game. Maybe you just need to go and go to an art night, or go dance, or take a nap, you know? Sometimes it's the best reset that you can do is take a nap. But really letting that playful side out to you. I'm looking for, don't say no to anything that might put a smile on your face, that might make, if you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling embarrassed, pat yourself on the back. Good job. You're embarrassing the ego. Allow it to go towards the ego. Your soul is not going to be hurt by the embarrassment. Your soul will actually grow from the embarrassment. It will make you a better person if you breathe it in and then make an excuse for it. So just go, okay, well, yeah, I'm just human. Okay, so I was a little bit goofy there. Or I really do want to be goofy today, and I like how I'll fit to my office. All right, I'm not going to office. But, I should go to the office and do one. Have coaching appointments in a cow outfit. That would be fun. To seeing everybody's faces, that would be fun. All right, there's my personal challenge to myself to wear a cow outfit to the office. But to be goofy and to let to really let every part of yourself show up and not make excuses for it, and especially the goofy part of yourself, because tend to try to shun that a lot, because we live in this world where it's not okay for us to be childlike, to experience joy. Everything is about hard work and getting it right and making sure that we make the grade on something right, and looking at where our success is, and that success comes from like the early bird catches the worm. And granted, now I might have everything getting up here and everything, but it's still not that early. There are people that I know that are getting up at 4:30 in the morning. There goes the damn clock. So, but to really just to let yourself go and do those things, because when you get stuck in the 1, 2, 3s and in the false belief that we have to do a lot of hard work to get the results that we want, that is such an illusion. And I'm going to tell you a story. So a couple of years ago, I needed to make like $5,000 in a week. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I need this extra $5,000 in a week. And I had no idea where it was coming from. Absolutely no idea. So I went and I flung open those doorways that I talk about, right? So You got to have the creation doorways out there, and you're going to fling open. So that's what I did. I went and I flung open the doorways. It was just like I wrote down what I needed in my rule book, and I was like, this is what I need. Here's the possibilities for it coming in, and here's this great big area that I don't know what's out there, but who knows? God, the universe is just going to bring it in. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. And then I went, okay, now I gotta go find my pleasure. And I happened to have a all day afternoon date into the evening set up to go to the Texas State Fair that day. And I had never been to the Texas State Fair. So I went out and I'm out there with my lover, and I remember walking into the gates of the Texas State Fair, and I looked in and I said, I'm gonna make $5 grand today while we're out here being two big kids having fun. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make $5 grand today while we're out here playing. And he's like, that's amazing. Okay. So we went into the gate, and I focused in on just laughing and smiling and being a big kid. And we did races and we got on rides, and we were just goofy as heck and just picking on each other like two 12-year-olds would do. And we were just really, really in the moment, laughter, having fun, eating some junk food and just running around. We spent hours just exploring the fair and really enjoying each other and being goofy and joyous and connected and really in the moment. By the time we rolled up to this beautiful spot underneath the tree and the light show as the parade was going by with all the lights in front of us, I got a notice from PayPal that I had money paid to me. So I went in and I looked, and I was sitting at like $5,200, and that was 5 hours later. I had certain people say yes to contracts, and I had some invoices come in, and I had a workshop going, and a whole bunch of people signed up for the workshop. And when it was all said and done, I had made my $5,000 in those few hours, and then some, and I had not worked for it, but I did do my work for it. So I opened up the doors, and then I went and I got goofy, and I went and I found my pleasure, I found my joy. I went and I did the things that brought me into that energy that I also wanted to have more of. And having, a $5,000 day meant that I was going to get to have more days of this joy, this pleasure, all this good stuff. And that's really what this is all about, is that if you're work, and you're all so serious all the time, then what you're going to get is work, and all so serious all the time. So you have to go and find the things that really bring you joy and pleasure, the things that make you feel good. And whatever your joy or pleasure is what your joy or pleasure is. It's not what anybody else's joy or pleasure is. So if you find yourself going, do you agree with me? Or, um, is that okay that I did that? Or if you're worried about, what people are thinking about you by your choices, or the fact that you're not working that hard, or if somebody might notice that you're not working that hard. I make the joke consistently, like, okay, oh man, I really gotta go to work. I've gotta go and do, and I throw out something like, I've gotta go, and I've gotta go run around here, and I've gotta go and see this movie, and I'm gonna go to this restaurant, and I'm gonna have, a glass of wine, and I'm gonna just enjoy this conversation, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, this is just the hard work, right? I'm gonna go to this play, or I'm gonna go and go ziplining, or I've got to go on this trip. That's just tough work. I got to go on this trip and make videos from the beach or something. And everybody's like, oh, poor you. Like, that's just, they don't see the work. I actually do consider it work because I know that those are the moments, those are the crucial, critical moments that actually are the manifesting moments that bring in exactly what you want. Exactly what I want in those moments. I mean, like, I can feel the devil just go, here's everything that he wants. You said that you wanted this. Here it is. And the way I get it is by swinging up the doors, keeping a mind of certainty, focusing in with great consistency and passion on that obsession that I was talking about a couple days ago, having that obsession over something, and basically getting out of my own way. And getting out of my own way means that I just focus on with obsession and don't let those doubt doors pop open. But if a doubt door pops open, letting myself be human and forgiving myself for that moment, because nobody's 100% in alignment all the time. And the quickest way to get back into alignment when you have fallen off that path is to let it go quickly. Because if you sit there and you beat yourself up for taking a doubt door for a second, or half a day, or even a whole day, you're going to remain in that doubt, that fear, that longer. So you have to quickly, and here's the thing, quickly forgive yourself so that you can pop back into the land of pleasure, into positivity, into certainty, faith, whatever you want to call that right there. And then get out there and go prove to yourself and to God that you really are ready to receive by embracing things that really bring to you the energy and the events that you want the most. So let's see that I have a comment. I think many adults have forgotten how to play to the point that goofy in play is uncomfortable at first. Absolutely, and goofy is extremely uncomfortable as an adult, and it is a habit that you have to create and allow. It's like the uncomfortableness is the ego. It is the ego telling you, oh, this is not what an adult does. This is not what a sane adult does, right? This is not what a smart person does. This is not what an educated person does. This is not what a successful person does. This is not what an adult does. We're adulting now. We have to be serious. And that's not true. When you look at the most successful people out there, when you look at the people that are really living the life they want, they work hard, yes, but they play hard too. And with the statement, work hard, play hard. But guess what? The work is about, oops, hold on, not this big, like that. And the play is more like this. The play is the big part. And what they understand is that they go out, the work is setting the intent and flinging open those opportunity doors, but not getting attached to any opportunity door. Because a lot of the times when we want something, it's going to come from some other place than what we have sitting out there anyway. We don't even know where it's coming from. So we have to, just by flinging open the opportunity doors that we have, we're saying, here, I'm ready to receive. Here are a few pathways that I've created to help myself receive. So I'm going to open those up, but I'm not attached to getting what I want from any one of those paths, because you could get it from a million other areas that you don't even know about, that have not presented themselves. It can be a person that you meet along your outgoing deeds of joys you might bump into somebody. You might find yourself in a coffee shop at a pub or something, and somebody starts talking to you, and all of a sudden they talk to you about this or that, and a topic comes up, and next thing you know, you're in the middle of a whole new relationship with someone else that can actually team up with you and take you exactly where you want. And there's this opportunity that you never thought was possible, right? Or you may go and say that you're going to go and do all this stuff and end up having something perceived negative happen in your life, like you, I don't know, like you get a flat tire, you run out of gas, and you go, I've never run out of gas before. Oh my gosh, I was like, so you find yourself, you've run out of gas, and the gas station is a mile away. So you could go, I'm really focusing in on play, on pleasure, on all the positive stuff. So why the heck would my car run out of gas when, I'm doing all this stuff right, good, enjoy. Or maybe you ran out of gas because next thing you know, somebody's going to pull up and say, hey, can I help you? And this person, you're going to end up, that while they're helping you, you're going to end up in a conversation, and next thing you know, because you ran out of gas, you met this person, and this happened and that happened, and now you have this whole new event of opportunity that is coming to you because your car ran out of gas. And if your car had not run out of gas, this even better opportunity to get what you want would have never showed up. So look at everything as the opportunity, no matter what it is. And then also, that uncomfortableness of being goofy, of being playful, of just allowing yourself to be you. When you feel that uncomfort, go, okay, I'm pushing on my ego right now. And as long as I push through and I don't let my ego run the show right now, which would mean I need being serious. No, don't go there. Let yourself feel that uncomfort, that like, and use that charge to go deeper. Go deeper into the play, go deeper into the joy, go deeper into the pleasure, go deeper into just letting yourself be you, letting yourself show up how you need to show up in the morning. Laugh at yourself. The wisest people have learned to laugh at themselves and not take life so serious, because it's not, it's a great big game. Life is a great big game. And if you want to create everything that you want in life, then you've got to learn how to loosen the fuck up. You've got to learn how to loosen up. And it is a very uncomfortable experience on the front side. And then you start to go, hey, this is so much lighter. I'm not carrying the weight of everything on me. And you realize that you really are the creator, the manifester of your life. It is up to you. It is up to how you are feeling and what you are wanting, and you are the director of your life, not your parents, not your siblings, not your church, not the government, not your friends, not your spouses, not anybody else. None of that matters. It is just you. So the more you can tap into that space that just brings you joy. But on the front side, because we are so programmed to not have pleasure, we're programmed to be worker bees, and worker bees don't have pleasure. So what you need to do is unprogram worker bee ideas and figure out exactly what your opportunity doors can be, and then go find your bliss, go enjoy yourself, because truly some of the most intimate, biggest moments of success will come right when you just put the work down and you go do the real work, which is go play. Just go play and enjoy yourself and laugh and smile and enjoy the things that you would like to experience more of in your life. So really get into that right there. What do you want to experience, and how can you have a little sample of it today in this moment, or maybe a couple times today, so that you can have more of it coming to you in bigger amounts. So really look at that. And if you can't find the physical act to go do some of those things, come back to the mental, emotional. Remember, it is you get what you think and feel the most. So really pay attention to what you're feeling and what you're thinking most of the time. And quickly let yourself off the hook for having a bad day, a bad moment, because you're human. And that's part of finding your pleasure and your joy, and allowing your inner child to come out and play a little bit, is to really allow yourself to also forgive yourself for having a tough moment. Okay? So I hope that this was helpful, and who knows what tomorrow brings. I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to find out what the rest of this day brings. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I hope that your day is going to be amazing. Go out there, charge forward, be a badass, be a powerhouse, be a powerhouse of joy, of pleasure, of really setting the stage. Go do something goofy. Go embarrass yourself today. That's the mission of the day. Go embarrass yourself today and laugh at yourself from doing it, and let yourself off the hook for being there. Okay? I will catch you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Bye.